It's King Colin Walk. You know how we do, baby. It's Thursday. You already know the vibe. It's another Art de la Mort video. You already know what it is. I just realized you guys can see all of my tabs because I'm on full screen in it. Because dang, I need to do a better job of replying comments. But guys, I feel like I'm doing better. There's been drastic improvement from over the years. There's been drastic improvement with my replies in the comment sections down below. I feel like I'm doing a lot better, but yeah, got a comment that I should actually start the video like this. Then when I'm talking, when I'm reading, I should enter full screen. Then at the end, I should come back here and give my deep detailed analysis and wrap it all up with a bow on top. But yeah, I didn't actually put lotion on my face. I stopped. Yo, comment down below if you still put lotion on. I don't put lotion on anymore. And here's why. Our skin has natural oils, right? So basically, I don't like to put lots of chemicals on my face, on my body anymore. And I realized that the less lotion I actually started putting on my body, I stopped getting like random pimples and stuff. I stopped. Because it's like you're putting all these lotions, and it's like these guys are making all these lotions in a science lab, my guy. So it's not like, oh, I'm growing an aloe vera tree and then I'm putting the aloe vera on my skin that I naturally grew. It's like you're putting on Vaseline that they chemically made, my guys. Like that lotion, yeah. If you don't use it today, you can use it in 5 years, and you're putting that on your face. You get me? But I digress from that point. Yo, we're back with another episode of Art de la Mort. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't already downloaded the app, download the app. What are you guys waiting for, my guys? But yo, man, January is the most difficult month of the year, man. January is the most difficult, and I'm born in January, so it's like I feel sorry for everyone for January, because January, the month of January, like it just isn't it. And I'm born. This is like meant to be my month, so I'm meant to be like giving it the utmost praise and upliftment. But January isn't it. Yeah, January isn't it. If it's it for you, then bro, you on some next level spirituality. Because January, I feel like it's one of the toughest months spiritually. I feel like it's one of the toughest months spiritually. And the reason why I'm talking about spirituality is because we're reading a manga that's all about spirituality. All about spirituality, like everything. I feel like January is really hard because it's like you're entering a new calendar year, right? Um, you want to do things, you want to change a lot of things, and in January you realize that okay, I can do this, but am I strong enough to allow myself to get out of my comfort zone and fully fulfill what I want to do? And a lot of people are not comfortable doing that. A lot of people don't have the courage, don't have the strength to do that, right? And so in January they go through a lot of things, and those things, if they're not careful, it grows a deep root for the rest of their year. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why in this year I have unlimited stamina. I have 99 stamina. My Gatorade symbol is never going on this year. In Jesus' name, I have 99 stamina, meaning that I'm never gonna get tired. I'm never gonna be weary. I'm always on the go. You know what I mean? I'm always on the go. I'm always gonna be hustling. You know what I mean? And even if I'm not doing what I'm doing, something is doing what I'm doing for me. You know what I'm trying to say? If you understand that, you understand that. And the reason why I'm talking about that is because we're talking about last episode we talked about mages and how mages connect to other people. And that's spiritual. You know what I mean? And the thing is like in life, yeah, we do the same thing as those mages. Like pastors, prophets, evangelists, right? You cling onto other people. You put their root inside. You put a root inside of them, and you pray that it grows. You know what I mean? And you cling onto them. You know what I mean? When you join all of these prayer lines and all of this stuff, Even people in astrology, the Muslims, you use each other's energy to get stronger. You use each other's faith to get stronger. And that's what these mages are doing. They're using a force, right? Where does that force come from? What's the root of the source, right? So they're analyzing all of that. So they're analyzing the physical being. Then after they finish analyzing the physical being of that person, they analyze the spiritual being of that person, the mental being, the psychological. And then the mages are like, okay, I want to cling on to this person. It's the same thing with spirituality. That's why in the real life, you have to protect your spirit. You have to protect your spirit. You have to use the spirit of discernment is so important. Like the older you get, the more and more and more you understand how the spirit of discernment is so important, because Juby, right, and Hawaito, right, the way they discern each other's actions is gonna be different than the way other people discern their actions. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's so important. But yo, moving on to the next page. Yo, also, when you guys are um what's it? When you're reading, yeah, make sure you like the pages. So far we have 23K views and 31 subscribers. Let's get Art de la Mort to 100 subscribers. I want Art de la Mort to get, let's do a timeline. You know what I'm trying to say? We're gonna do a timeline. Comment down below what the timeline should be. And that means, like, if you comment down below, that means like you have to share Art de la Mort. You have to share Art de la Mort. You have to share these videos to get people viewing Art de la Mort, reading Art de la Mort. You have to spread the good news. So let's get Art de la Mort to 100 subscribers. You know what I mean? Send it to your friends, send it to your family, people that you know that like anime. Just share it to them. Just like pull it on your like stories. You know what I mean? Like most of the times, like people actually click on your story that you don't even know. Like let's say you post a link, a lot of people actually click on that link because our brains are wired to be curious, right? So just pull it on your story and allow people to click on it. Just do that, you know what I mean? Like if you're shy, you don't even have to at anything or anything, you know what I mean? Just pull it on your story, share it. Let's get Art de la Mort to 100 subscribers. Comment down below of when the deadline should be to get Art de la Mort to 100 subscribers. Comment down below. I think we can do 100 subscribers and 50K views. And I think by the end of this year, why not? Why can't we get 250,000 views? Why can't we get that? Why can't we get that? But yeah, let's talk about this gun. The Tsukino family revolver moon. The moon is a weapon passed. Wait, let me enter full screen. Let me enter full screen. Yeah. So, the moon is a weapon passed down from the Tsukino family. The head of the family is the owner, then it's passed down to the next heir. Current owner is Akiyama Tsukino. I might have to start wearing my glasses for these videos because I really struggle to see. But we haven't learned about we haven't learned about this woman yet. Akiyama Tsukino. One thing I've learned about, like, I don't want to say, maybe I think it's Japanese names, right, is that it's very hard to distinguish whether it's what am I doing? Full screen. Whether it's very hard to determine whether it's feminine or masculine. Okay, but the moon is made from ivory infused with teeth compounds of werewolves. You guys see what I was trying to say? That when Saisho was basically saying that stop killing the werewolves, it's because these humans are using history to basically forge their weapons and make them penetrable to the supernatural beings, right? The revolver uses magic and the raw power of werewolf core cased in bullets. So basically, this gun is basically, the damage of this gun is almost 99. The penetration is 99. The range isn't much. The fire rate is not. It's a revolver, right? And the accuracy is this low. And I think the accuracy has to do with how powerful the gun is, meaning that only as, like, that's why this is the owner is passed down to the next heir. Basically, this weapon is basically, in my opinion, is like um it's like the head of the family uses this weapon because I feel like it's one of the most powerful weapons, right? So you can't just give this weapon to your son, you know what I mean? He has to basically go through certain training stages, and then okay, when he's next in line he receives it, you know what I mean? But not everyone that receives it, because this weapon is very, very powerful. And that's why the accuracy is so low, because it's like, if you're not at that physical strength, mental strength, and at that battle proficiency, that's another thing. Now that we're reading Art de la Mort, we got to use Art de la Mort's language. So battle proficiency, we have to, let's look at the language again. Right? So D class, right? We got to use speed, recovery, right? AL strength, speed, recovery, battle proficiency. So basically, if you don't have the strength and the battle proficiency, you won't be able to have good accuracy with this gun, because it's not a gun. Because another thing you guys need to learn is that accuracy means, like, if you're just holding the gun, if a normal person's holding the gun, how hard it is to aim, right? So that means the accuracy for a normal person is not good. But an elite fighter will be like, okay, the accuracy is not good, but he will still have really good aim. The spell is used as an reduced healing spell called Medicus Vitae, together with the strongest material known on Earth, a werewolf's core. Each bullet can penetrate even a Kukoro Kudairo dragon. So we don't know about that dragon, but this is why it's essential that we watch all the videos, my guys. So if you didn't watch last episode, pause this video, go back and watch that, then watch this. Because basically, yeah, I talked about how the humans kill the werewolves so that they don't age. Because the older the werewolves get, the quicker they recover in battle, and the stronger their core is. So basically, yeah, I feel like the question I have here is, do humans, right, do werewolves cores, if they are preserved, do they continue to grow in age? That's a question I have. Comment down below if what your answer is. Like, pause it right now and comment down below. Like, do you think that humans preserve the core of a werewolf after they've killed them so that they continue to age? If that makes sense. So let's say they kill a werewolf that's like 10, but they kill the werewolf in a way that they can preserve the core, like the vital pieces of that werewolf, so that the core of the werewolf is still aging. So do you think, and then now that this gun has a spiritual spell on it, do you think that this gun is also still aging? That's another question. Like, do you think that the core of the werewolf doesn't stop aging if it's preserved correctly? That's a question we have to ask, right? Because it's infused with teeth compounds of the werewolf, right? Which means that the werewolf's teeth hasn't what's the word, Colin? Hasn't disintegrated, right? And the robot uses magic and the raw power of werewolf core cased bullets. Mag 357 mag, right? So these bullets are basically, they kill werewolves. If a weak werewolf receives a bullet, it kills werewolves. And I feel like this gun is literally just to kill werewolves, right? And reduced healing spell called, the spell uses with the strongest material known on the earth as werewolf's core. Each bullet can penetrate even. The weapon is heavy in weight. Fire rate isn't very high, so should be used at medium to close range. Users should be careful if up against a skilled martial artist, right? So I feel like this is used to kill werewolves, right? And now we've just learned another thing. Is that werewolves have the strongest core out of all the supernatural beings. And we kind of already knew this because of the recovery rate of the werewolves, right? But it just goes to show how in battle, werewolves are basically, like I said, very, very hard to kill because of their recovery, and they have the strongest core, which means that it's harder which means that fighting werewolves is like, it's about your strength, it's about your speed, but it's also an endurance battle, which means that when you fight werewolves, like when you fight a high caliber werewolf, you have to have high battle proficiency. Battle proficiency, which is why this gun is like, if you're fighting against a high class werewolf with this gun, right? Like for example, if you use this gun against Hawaito, right, it will do damage against him, but it won't do damage as it would to a, let's say, a B class werewolf. You know what I mean? Because Hawaito probably it's hard to catch him with a weapon like this. You know what I mean? Which is why it says careful against a skilled martial artist, right? It's hard to hit him with this, you know what I mean? So this is not a weapon that is like, you know, in like movies where you're just holding your gun out. This is not a weapon you just hold out and you flash about, because the werewolves probably know about this gun, you know what I mean? And this is why like Saisho called that meeting, because it's like they know what's going on, right? Because it's like, how are you guys able to kill these werewolves so easily? Yes, they're D class. Yes, they're not that strong. But it shouldn't be that easy to be killing this much werewolves. So they have weapons. So it's like, it's crazy, but that's what it is, my guys. So this is a Sasaki family tree. Marbeli Shai, villager, military officer, right? So, okay, this is very, very important, right? If we're gonna count something, so 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 military officers inside the Sasaki family tree. What does that mean, right? It means that these guys are in with the government. They're in with the government in some sort of way, whether it's municipal, provincial, or federal, right? They're in with the government, which means that they have access to, let's say, files and knowledge and stuff that other ordinary humans don't have. Which is why they're able to forge these weapons. Which is why the Sasaki, Tsukino, and the Ogami family, which is why they're all like tight, if that makes sense. Because these guys are in with the military, so when they're able to forge the weapons, they're able to get werewolf artifacts. They're able to get the history of werewolves. They're able to get deeper knowledge than other human families because they have military officers. Which means that if there was a previous war, because they are military officers, the Duke Sasaki was probably in that war. The Duke second Sasaki was probably a kid when his dad was in the war, and his dad was telling him about the war, so he knows all about the history about werewolves and all of this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like you know when you watch shows and it's like you have that one human family that knows everything about the supernatural world, the weapons and all of this and all of that, and it's like they're not supernatural, but you can basically say that they're supernatural because the family, it's like they don't die. That's what the Sasaki, Ogami, and Tsukino family are kind of like. They resemble, right? So it's like, yes, they're marrying villagers and all of that, right? But the family knowledge is deep. It's deep, right? So right here, you can see Hector and Mine Ogami, right? So, Billy Ken is still alive. Tilly Sasaki, Silly Sasaki. These guys are all S class. S class, S class, A class, B class, villager. So we need to find out about the Muri family, right? But you see, like Sterling, the Duke II, right? They're all military, right? The only one that isn't is the Duke's son, right? Which is Rhett Sasaki, who named his son after his dad, right? Yo, God bless Art de la Mort, man. Now I'm able to read family trees easier. You get me? This is why it's good to read, my guys. But yo, so basically this right here, when Heska married Mine, that was the start of this alliance right here, of the Ogami Sasaki clan. Ogami and Sasaki clan. That's when this was the start of their alliance, right? Right here. I mean, if there's other family trees, right? Maybe I need to do a video when I put all the family trees together, but this was the start of their alliance, meaning that these two gathered knowledge about the supernatural and realized that in order for them to survive, they need to not fight against each other but come together, right? So you have Hector, who's an S class, whose great great grandfather was a duke and a military officer, right? And then now Hector has taken all the knowledge from the Duke II, and now he's literally produced an army. Like, Hector has have produced an army, right? Because he's produced Willie Sasaski, Bo Sasaski, Jackie Joe Sasaski, right? Then Willie Sasaski has produced Billy, Tilly, Silly, Chili, Dilly, right? So Bo and Jackie Joe are yet to produce, right? But these guys, they live for a long time. They live for he didn't live for that long. He was only 40. He died at 40. He died at 40. 3937. Yeah, my math is not good, but I think that's 40, right? So he died at 40, but he done his job, which was to produce free men and preserve the family name. He done his job, right? So basically, we need to understand the Duke. In order for us to understand this family, Sasaki family, we need to understand the Duke. We need to understand how deep he was inside the military, the knowledge he got from the military, and how he passed it down, how they preserved it. We also need to understand Duke II. Why? Because Duke II gave birth to Sasaki, and Sasaki has given birth to army generals, basically, right? So the Duke Sasaki and Hector, their relationship is also key for us to understand. Also, Sterling. Sterling is a mystery because he's the only one, yeah, that ain't got no ting. Like, his family ting is dead. So this guy is, and he's dead as well. So I think he has children out there that we don't know about. You know what I mean? Or he was the uncle that was the drunk. You know what I mean? But Sterling and Duke had a strong relationship. I know this. Want to know why I know this? Is because the alcoholic uncle, yeah, is always the assassin for the uncle with his head on, if that makes sense. The alcoholic uncle always had a potential to be greater, but never reached it, so he passed or gave or protected the other uncle that found love and done things in the proper way. So we need to know about Sterling and Duke's relationship. We need to know if they were in wars. We need to know what they know about the werewolves and all of that. We need to know all of that because because Duke is Hector's dad, which means that Duke is the one that told Hector to marry Mine Ogami, which means that Duke II knew the Ogami family. You guys get what I'm trying to say? Because I remember I was talking about, like, back then, marriage used to be for it used to be for alliances, for power and stuff. So the Duke II must have talked to Mine Ogami's dad and formed an alliance. And that alliance is still going on till this day. So whatever thing that they done, we need to get to the chapter that reveals it. You know what I mean? But moving on. Oh, gag. Subs. Kazuki. I won. Look how his eyes are like happy. Tizzling. Yo, this guy, is that sign? These guys are shooting at him. Central Region, Kanshiro State, Koi Fishbar. You took a while. I'm 10 shots down. I heard he is real. So who is he talking about? That's the question. And I heard the earthquake a lot at MSQ Dive Church was a cover for something bigger. My question is that Cosmo a cover for something bigger. I like Cosmos. I feel like they are a unisex drink. Pause. Well, if this myth is real, then the map I have is a spell that goes through the mind to receive the real map. But on a real note, do you have the map? The mind of the white werewolf. Okay, so right now what's going on is that the same thing I said that the earthquake was a cover. This unknown person that has a mask is basically saying that he heard that the white wolf is real, right? And he's saying that the earthquake was a cover for something. That there wasn't actually an earthquake. That they used the earthquake to cover something. And he's saying that he has a map. And then she's asking, oh, the map, the mind of the White Wolf, meaning that he has a map that reveals everything and all the knowledge that he's quote unquote not supposed to have, right? Mizuki, breathe, is over now. I'll explain all of this when we get back. Men burn the bodies. Light, crack. Akiba! No, this guy's a savage, bro. I want you guys to deep how strong Hawaito is, right? He's killing all of these people, yeah? And you guys need to understand that these guys, yes, they're human, but they're not normal humans. They have weapons of their own, right? So, like, then, like, this guy's carrying a gun, right? And if I'm right, like, the gun is not a normal gun. So, if these guys are up against any other lower class werewolves, they're probably gonna win, right? But you guys need to understand how strong this guy is, that he's being untouched by a family of known werewolf killers. Untouched, right? What? Mizuki, stay here, Schlitz. Who are you, Dash? You're gate to death. Look at this old man, bro. Bro, this guy's getting beat up from court, so I can't just watch anymore. Bro, why do women do that? Like, real question, yeah, to all the ladies that are watching. Like, there's a fight going on, and it's like, you lot think that it's like, I can't just watch. Yeah, you're being protective and stuff, and it's like, you try and join the fight. Do women not understand that you joining the fight, it makes the situation worse in a way? Because it's like, if you just stay back, right, then it's like, if you just stay back or run for help or call for help, it's more powerful because it's like, I don't have to worry about you. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if I'm fighting, I'm like, okay, if I die, I die. It's just my life. But the moment you woman step in and start doing your whatever you think you're doing, it ruins it. And it's like, stop ruining it. Like, you're ruining it, because it's like, now I can't no longer just be like, oh, I'm the one that's like at danger. Now it's like, I have to try and fight off the threat and protect you at the same time. But if you lot just stay out the way, call for help or something, then it's like, I can fight to the death with honor and with pride. But the moment you lot start coming in and swinging, it's like, it changes the chemical balance of a man's mind, bro. Because men is like, okay, now it's like, okay, now it's like, it's no longer a last man standing type of fight. Now it's like, I need to, let's say, land a punch, grab this girl somehow, and run. You get me? So the dynamics of the fight has changed. My chemical balances have changed. They're now at an imbalance. You know what I'm trying to say? Because they were balanced when it was just me fighting, meaning that if I die, I die. If I get beat, I get beat. Right? So I'm balanced out. You know what I mean? But they're now at an imbalance because it's like, now I gotta protect and fight. Now I gotta kill and stay alive. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's too much variables that I have been put into play because you're doing what? You're trying to be Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio was fake, bruv. Rey Mysterio never beats Big Show in the real world. They Glock. This guy saying that felt good. Like, bruv, this girl out here ripped her dress and landed one knee, yeah. Like, you gotta deep it. Everyone else died, but you think you're going to win. And it's like, and then it's like, oh, then the girls would be like, oh, but don't you love me? Like, I was trying to protect you. Like, yeah, I get that. But there's other forms of protection, my love. There's other forms of protection, baby. There's other forms of protection, my heart. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, just step out the way. Another cosmopolitan, please. Another umbrella too. I collect them. So what do you know about him? So you guys, let me give you guys a deep what's going on. So right now, Hawaito's at this wedding, killing. Imagine this guy come to. You guys remember Game of Thrones, the wedding when Rob Stark got killed. Hawaito's out here killing all these man them at a wedding, and these guys are at a fish bar talking about him. I'm basically talking about what's really going on. You know what I mean? Because it's like people don't understand what's going on, so they're talking about what's really going on. Thanks. Well, as we know, the twins have different genetic traits, but he's an unknown, but Saisho has rapid regeneration. She's like, I already knew that, woman. So basically, what he's saying is that they have knowledge of Saisho and her skill set and stuff. We need to find out how they have that, but they don't have any knowledge of Hawaito and what his special thing is. So that means that Hawaito isn't actually inside the AOS pages, or anything that's inside the AOS pages of Hawaito isn't right, or Hawaito is actually a myth. You know what I mean? I'm not finished. Some sources of mine were able to tell me about his appearance. He is called the White Wolf because he is the only white-haired wolf. He also has blue eyes. He wears a mouth mask, so his full face is still unknown. My lady Akeli is going to marry him. Yo, Hawaito knew about COVID before we did. This man knew about COVID before we did. Some man started wearing a mask, but way back then. He's like, I remember way back then, I was catching COVID with my bad friends. So basically, yeah, Hawaito is actually a myth, and he's actually a legend, right? Because it's like the way everyone talks about him is like, yo, who is this guy? Is that true or is that true? Which story is right? Which story is wrong? There's no actual fact. But this guy is saying that, yo, I know the map, you know what I mean? This is the fact. He's the only white wolf, you know what I mean? He wears a mask. He has blue eyes, you know? So, but his face is fully unknown. If it happens, it could... Well, Sideshow is a... Yo, this is what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to actually read a manga. Like, am I meant to read this side first or this side? You know what I'm trying to say? Because, well, Sideshow is a SS class higher than Akeli. We can only presume he is lower than her. But with that mental connection they have, the Wolves are winning with that marriage. You see what I'm trying to say, my guys? You guys see what I'm trying to say? This guy knows what's going down. If that happens, it could stop the Cold War between the Wolves and the vampires. Is that what she really wants? It's Akeli. She's always has a plan. As for the White Wolf, he is not classed in the AOS. I just said that. See what I'm trying to say when I was talking about the marriage, right? Is that maybe I'm talking too much. And I should just let the manga speak for itself. Bun that. But basically, yeah, I told you guys the marriage was to stop a war. The marriage is an alliance. And these guys are saying the exact same things. You know what I mean? AOS stands for Archives of the Supernatural. I hope he shaves. I know, man. Uofurballs, Lady Mugan Rufe. Basically, I think this image is them like imagining what he looks like. That beard is tough though. Can I have one of those Cosmo things with one of those umbrellas I collect? So right now, Hawaito's still fighting this useless woman. And it's like, I don't understand what she's doing. Me personally, I'm getting annoyed looking at her fight him. Because it's like, it's like her adrenaline kicked in, right? She drank some Gatorade. She drank some Lucozade. She drank Red Bull. And now she's fighting this guy. And she thinks she's like gonna win. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, women do that, yeah. When they land one good hook or one good combination. And they think the fight is over. For fun, ugh. This guy said, give me more. Hit me. Yo, but I want you guys to deep. This is really sick. Because he's getting, like, some sort of pleasure from punishment. Right? So I want you guys to deep how mentally messed up this guy really is. That he's getting pleasure from this. It's almost like he's telling himself, like, it's like her beating him is giving him it's like she's talking to him, or he's hearing something, or someone is talking to him while he's getting beat, which is why he's saying, "Give me more, hit me." Whoosh! Ah, Mizuki. Fun. You are still alive. I can change that. I want you guys to deep it, yeah. This old man, I forgot his name. First of all, if you're in a fight and you go down, stay down, act dead until the scene is clear. Don't do no extra ad-libs or nothing, bro. You see how this guy just killed this, bun his whole face open, bro. But he's allowing this woman to beat him. That's what I'm saying. He's sick. Gok back. This is fun, right? You want to go next? Your turn. So he just hit her, and he's saying your turn. Elizabeth, Hawaito, Alicia, Shinju, murderer, Alicia, monster, Elizabeth. They were innocent. No, not the voices. Monster. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, who is Elizabeth? Like, something's going on inside his mind. Like, mentally, he's done. You know what I mean? You've killed millions. Like, this guy's is a bona fide assassin. But like, look, I want you guys, bro. The artwork inside this page is beautiful. The artwork in this page is absolutely stunning, right? So it's like you've killed millions, right? And look at the artwork. He's almost transitioning into his werewolf form, right? And on this side, it's like they were innocent. And look at the eyes too. His eyes are like going into a frenzy. His nails have changed. You know what I mean? And it's like he's turning. He's like turning. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like he's having like a mental. This is what you call real mental breakdown. None of this new age mental breakdown where it's like you actually he actually changing into a werewolf, right? And he's like, no, not the voices. So it's like he's fighting to like subdue the demons inside of him to not let them out. And that's why like you can see his eyes are changing too, his eyebrows are changing, the hair on his fingers are coming out. This side is normal, you know what I mean? But who is actually Elizabeth? That's what we need to know, right? Oh, dang. Igali kraka magikalika. Did he like Juby? Inomakika alika. Look at the artwork, yo. This artwork, yo. He's using his eye, right? And he's basically showing the magical forces that's on his head while he's touching him. So the magical forces, because you know how when we learned that the mages, when they do spells, it's all it goes all on their body. So that means like it goes on their body, and I feel like it kind of goes on the person they touch too, as it looks. So you guys need to deep it, right? So right here, he's having a mental breakdown. Inu Magicala Killer means teleporting spell, right? So he's having a mental breakdown and he's turning. So then Juby comes. Because you guys remember how they're connected. Juby comes out of nowhere. Meaning that this guy could have been inside Asia on the Silk Road, brother. And then because they're connected, he's feeling that Mandem is having a mental breakdown. And then he teleports to Mandem. And I think he teleports him out. And they leave the scene. Because this man's he's having a mental breakdown. Like Hawaito, the white wolf, can no longer control himself. So the mage is controlling him. And that's why, like, let's just correlate that to real life, man. That's why you need friends, bro. That's why you need a good people around you. That's why you need a partner. That's why you need advisors. You need mentors. Because they save you from yourself. So Juby right now is saving Hawaito from himself. You know what I mean? Like, you done the job. But now, because he's done the job, and that woman, Mizuki, was triggering him. Mizuki was triggering him, having a mental breakdown, and this Elizabeth person. And it was triggering him, and he could no longer control. And he's losing control, and Juby. So I want you guys to deep how powerful this is that Juby has teleported, took him out the place. I think he's taking him out, or he's calming him down, one of the two, because he's about to lose his mind, and he's about to transform, right? And this is Mizuki crying over Kay and everyone that's been killed at the wedding, right? 1 week later, They're having a funeral. Look at this stupid one, bro. These babalawos. Mizuki, Chili, Sasaki. Or should I say one shot? Yo, that's a tough name, bro. Chili one shot Sasaki. That's actually so tough. That means that you bullseye with it. You know what I mean? And she got the bangs, bro. That's a tough look. Cause bro, every man them knows that those like nerdy women, they different, bro. Cause they have the bangs, they have the innocent look. You know what I mean? And they smart. Like if you tell them like, yeah, the Berlin Wall fell down in 1955, they're like, nah, I'm sorry, the Berlin Wall went down in 1946. You know what I mean? And they're so humble with it. You know what I mean? Black is totally not your color. Makes you look fat. It's great to see you, Jilly. I thank you for coming. Okay, I have good news and I have bad news. Start with the good, please. And thank you. I know who killed everyone at your wedding. The EOS has an update coming next month, but I hacked it, so I have all the information. Take a look at my EOS, which is also the bad news. Hawaito Hafura, SS. No further information. This guy is a G, my guys. They don't even have his face, no information. He's just an SS class, bro. SS. Look on S class and above. Click the first image. This guy is SS, my guys. Okay, what am I looking at? Well, basically, that really old werewolf folklore is legit. And the person who painted your wedding red is Hawaii Hofura, the white wolf. So basically, you can't do anything about it without being killed. Yo! You see what I'm trying to say? It's like, everyone's like, yo, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Is he real? Is he real? Like that's how much of assassin he is. It's like you know in the Undertaker in WWE, right? When everyone thought he was dead, and then all of a sudden on live the whole thing went black. Then he'll beat up someone, and then everything will go white, and then he's gone. That's what Hawaii was like. He's like a folklore, and like now this person that they all thought was fake and stuff, they're finding out that he's real. So imagine how they're feeling that this next level man that has been in the wars, that everyone, their grandfather, their great grandfather, the werewolves, vampires, dragons, they all talk of this guy as legend. You're now finding out that the legend is actually real. Imagine that, like just deep it. The transformation is based on spiritual energy called Kataji. There are three different Kataji: Mentaru, Kanjo, and Botsuri Tekina. Botsuri Tekina physical. Mentaru, challenging Mentaru, a wolf transformations into a full wolf. Kanjo, by challenging Kanjo, a wolf reaches a halfway point. There, both human and wolf genes are visible. Botsuri Tekina is an additional transformation that boosts the first Takagi used, bigger claws. Is an additional transformation that boosts the first Takagi. Well, he didn't use any Takagi. He didn't transform. Or he's an SS class, Jilly. Jilly is an S, and Jilly still don't compare. He felt human to me, but his eyes were blue and icy like he had no soul. And what was left was a shell. So I want to kind of explain this. The transformation is based on spiritual energy called Kataji. There are three different: the Mentaro, which is the full, the Kanjo, which is your hybrid, and then the Butsuri. Okay, that makes sense. So Butsuri is basically it's just a physical transformation, right? And it just means that your claws will get bigger and you just get a boost, right? It's an additional transformation that boosts the first. So basically, if you're in Mantaro, you can also use Butsuri. And then Kanjo is the halfway point. And I feel like with werewolves, each werewolf and each werewolf pack has its powers. Like Some werewolves are stronger as Kanjo, some werewolves are stronger as Mentaro, and they use the Butsuri Tekina. And I feel like depending where you are, you use different things, if that makes sense. So if you're fighting as a pack, they'll, let's say, go to Mentaro. Or if they're just traveling and they want to go somewhere really quick, they'll turn into a full wolf, right? And I feel like at the wedding, Hawaito was transferring into a Kanjo, if that makes sense. So Hawaito obviously uses all of them because there's pictures and there's visuals of him being a white wolf. The only way they know he's a white wolf is by he's used all of them, right? So basically, werewolves have three different type of forms, right? Right? And their wolf genes are visible. We don't know which one is the strongest, right? And I feel like it's all dependent on the werewolf. So a werewolf could be stronger in his Mentaruro than his Kanjo, right? But he doesn't know how to use the Butsuri Tekina to the fullest potential. A werewolf could be strong in his Kanjo and weak in his Mentaro, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that's it, right? So basically, what they're saying is like she's saying that yo, I saw his eyes, and this guy is basically not a human anymore. Like he has no soul, right? So, and then Jilly is an S class. Remember, all the Sasaki offspring are S class, and it's basically saying that Jilly would literally get ripped apart. So him being an SS class is not actually his proper rank. You know what I mean? It's just something they just threw there just to give him something. But he's actually beyond that because it's like they're saying that yo, if Julie's an S and he's an SS, that means that yes, there's a significant difference between them. But that significant difference is like Julie won't get destroyed in a fight. But Julie would get destroyed in a fight. So it's like, is he really an SS, you know what I mean? Whoa, wow, you are so poetic. I'm pretty sure I'm your only friend. And that is why we should stick together because I know you will still want to go after him. I have to. He killed my family and the one chance I had with love. We should use next year to strategize, raise funds because we will all need new weapons and strength, right? Yeah. Strength 28, speed 61, battle proficiency 97, recovery 20, S class, grade 82. Well, I'm higher rated hunter than you. We should go slow, take smaller bounties, then go for bigger ones when you are stronger. Name Jilly One Shot Sasaki Mayweather Desert Eagle, 5 foot, 84 pounds. Mixed martial arts, gunslinger, and precision. So, Mizuki is a were coyote. She's retractable. Main weapon is retractable. Who's the were coyote? Is that Mizuki? I would get, yeah, that's Mizuki. I would get my, so she's basically a B class, right? Wait, grade 55. She's a B class. So basically, what's happened here is that now, like, you know, the cycle of life. Something happens, you want revenge, right? And if you don't get revenge, you call to a higher spiritual power to seek justice, right? But she wants to get revenge on her own. And now another alliance is being formed. You know what I mean? So this is how the humans form their pacts and their alliances, right? As your friend, I will help you because I need to prove my brother's Jilly is not just a princess. So you see what about women, bro? Women always have their own agendas in life, bro. They always have their own agenda, their own motivation. She's like, I'm helping you because I want to form my own family name and show these men in my family that, yo, I got it too. You know what I mean? When are we going after the person who killed your family? We need the weapon first. So now these guys, remember, there's like three different things going on in this chapter. The wedding, the bar, and then after the wedding, right? And that's the end of the chapter 2, right? And yo, that episode was crazy because what's happened here is that they've now come in contact with Hawaito. They've seen him in the flesh. Mizuki has felt his energy and all of that. And he's realized that this guy is like he's a cold pit. He's a cold pit. His eyes, they tell you nothing of who he is, but it's like a little shell, like let's say a mustard seed. A shell as big as a mustard seed, right? So now it's like Hawaito has formed new enemies, but that's nothing new for Hawaito, You know what I mean? He has a whole bunch of enemies that are stronger than these guys, right? At the end of the chapter, they're talking about when are we going after the person who killed your family, right? This guy's unknown, right? Then it's like we need the weapon first. So these guys are coming up with a special weapon, right? So these guys want to go after Hawaito because he's killed the family, and they have their own special weapon. Now Julie and Mizuki are doing their own training to go after Hawaito. And if you go after Hawaito, you're going after Saisho, right? So now you have two different sets of people going after Hawaito. And there's already people already going after Hawaito, right? And in Hawaito, we've now seen Jubi and Hawaito's relationship. We're seeing how deep it is. We're seeing how they are connected. It may not be twin telepathy, but they are connected, meaning that Jubi feels everything Hawaito feels. So as soon as Hawaito started transforming, Jubi came and took him away. You know what I mean? And he feels him. And that's some next level thing. So we need to know more about Jubi so we can fully understand how they got to where they got to. But yo, this episode was mad, absolutely mad, and so much happened. And I hope that I was able to like break it down in the right way, because now what's gonna happen is Mizuki and Julie are gonna start training, right? Now everyone's curious about how strong is Hawaito, what's his actual rank. So the AOS pages, they're probably gonna have to like register him or something. And when they do register him, is it gonna be true? You know what I mean? So now they know that the folklore, the legends are all real, right? His identity has been revealed to the world, not just supernatural. You know what I mean? And then it's like, what's next? You know what I mean? What's next? What's the next turn? What's next for Hawaito? You know what I mean? Now that he's been revealed, what's next? Are we gonna get to understand why he was going through those transformations? Like what really triggered him? You know what I'm trying to say? But that episode was really, really deep. We don't know who this guy is. We need to know this guy, you know what I mean? And this woman. But I'm pretty sure they're part of the Sasaki family. That's what it looks like. So it's like if they're part of the Sasaki family, and Julie's already got Mizuki who wants to kill Hawaito, these guys are all going to come together at a certain point to attack the Afura monarchy or whatever we want to call it. You know what I mean? But yo, I hope you guys enjoy this episode of Art de la Mort. Head over to Tapas, download it, and read along as I read it with you. But it's King Colin Walker. You know how we do, baby.